Hello, everyone, and welcome. I meant to say, hello, everyone, and that's for Coop, who misses me doing that. So take that, Joe. The rest of you. We are doing another live stream test here at twitch.tv/GMsCut because after some embarrassing technical difficulties, streaming for our sponsor over at Dark Galaxies Gaming, obviously we need to brush up on our game. So we are in the middle of Book 2 in the Star Wars, not FFG, but the Star Wars Saga edition, the Dawn of Defiance campaign, which happens 3 months after Order 66. They are doing the wet work, the mercenary work, for Bail Organa. Book 1, a ratty old space station, saving somebody frozen in carbonite, getting shipped to Alderaan, meeting a whole bunch of security force that are all talking about a 20-year retirement plan, and they can't wait to cash in. 20 years from, do the math, folks, 3 months after Order 66. It is 19 years before Han shot Guido, and that's why we call the show We Shot First. Yeah, it was a friend that came up with that, not me. But we liked it, so here we are. We are a podcast on the Mongers Actual Play Network. If you want to get caught up on all of our audio, and if you want to see some video, you can go to our Patreon page and become a Patreon at patreon.com/rollmongers. Right now, we're putting this up through Dicewise Entertainment, and I produce this show, and we really need some help. We really need some test footage. We really need to do some streaming, and you get to see us. So these poor buggers that are used to hiding off camera or just looking at each other now have to put on their proper faces, pull up some artwork of their characters, and play live. There's a lot of difference between recording audio, editing the crap out of it, and going live stream, which we are doing now, and recording. You can catch us on our YouTube later. So to get you caught up on the story, what are we looking at here, gentlemen? If you're looking at this in the video aspect, you're looking at a Gatroc Industry Class 720 freighter, a big sea turtle looking ship, which we absolutely adore. At the beginning of Season 2, which is like episode 36, 37, I put these guys through hell and back underwater, and a special Christmas episode just for Poser, where he was visited by 3 ghosts of Christmas and friends past, just to get their hands on this ship. And in the second book, A Wretched Hive, because they successfully did Trader's Gambit. It's done. Don't ask us to go back in video. Just listen to the audio. You'll be fine. We're halfway through Wretched Hive. They had freed one Admiral Varth. Gilder Varth? Does that name sound familiar to you, Frank? No. You know how long it took me to realize you stole that name? We shot like an entire Season 0 Dice Before Dishonor, and we have all these Cavaliers and one Samurai going through Pathfinder's first edition version of War for the Crown, and Matt's like, yeah, Varth, it's so great. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Gilder Varth? It could be a lord's name. And he's like, doesn't sound familiar? Nope. Then we go back to Star Wars, and this old fuddy-duddy that they bust out of a Imperial prison on Felucia, the wild Alice in Wonderland jungle planet, defects sort of to the, once again, proud Eldoranian resurgence ship, a Nebula B frigate, flown around by Captain, well, we're going to call him Nathan Fillion because that's what the character profile looked like. And he whispered about the Sarlacc project. The Empire is taking an interest in the Hutts, and some particular, they're setting up something big. They're calling it the Sarlacc project. And of course, being payable, being not directly associated with Bail Organa, who still, again, 3 months after Order 66, is right there in the Senate trying to make things happen legally and nicely, paying these guys under the table to go check it out. They have flown to Aquarius to get a ship because they saw it on the HoloNet. Then they finally flew to I want to say Nemoidian colony planet. Do you guys remember the name of it?
Cato Nemoidia.
Cato Nemoidia. It's because it's in the name. A misty Chinese moss rounded cap mountain of a planet with giant steel city-sized hammocks that suspend cities from one of these mountains to another. Now we have a clone war. Crash the crap and rubble this Lego of a city, And this broken down post-war city of Zara stands in shambles and is the perfect breeding ground. I mean, hiding ground. I mean, takeover grounds for a downtrodden Nemodian community owned and practically enslaved by a Hutt lord called Darga. They have tried to ingratiate themselves to him. They have done droid VR races with him. They have saved him from being poisoned once. And now, how does he thank them? Well, they possibly believe that in the middle of the night, several Quarren assassins and someone else have snuck aboard their ship, the Aquarius, to kill them. Last episode, A Shot in the Dark, Season 2, Episode 28, I believe. Frank Hamilton playing Old Man Zinn, a broken-down, post-war militia sniper from some world we can't pronounce, close unknown regions, his own personal, generically thrown together, near-human. Saves the life, or was it our cyborg pilot that you guys dug out of hypersleep in a secret panel that came with the ship that we instantly trust, because that's what you do in Star Wars. You just trust people that are called players. Sleeping in the same bunk. Now, there's like 3 bunk rooms, but together these men just want to, like, I don't know. They don't trust each other? Maybe? Anyway. Assassin, Quarren. Cthulhu's his way in. Zoidberg's around. Takes a shot at Zinn. And the old man eats the shot, and combat ensues. And all of a sudden, all the lights on the ship blare on and then phase and blow out, as if the ship itself wants to wake everybody up. Meanwhile, over in the medical bay, which is actually one of the 2 huge cargo bays where the whole floor drops down to ground level, we have our own Dr. Left, played by Jay Tamlin, who's in Japan right now, and his internet and illness is not getting the better of him, so we won't see him for another episode or so. Due to a gladiator arena fight, just for funsies, Darga put his best guys up against our best guys, and our huge near-human, Fortress 2 heavy-looking, jetpack-wearing Mandalorian, the television series coming, Merrick the Mercenary, jumps off of his table. I mean, the heart meter's still beeping at him. Zinn, who we had tangled up in a net, and the way he sleeps upside down like a vampire, drops to the ground, and a second Quarren assassin made his way to that room and mixed it up with them. Their solution? Well, they're scrambling for guns and playing Slap Happy in the dark when all the lights came on, right? Merrick jumps off his own medical table and not just pulls it for cover. No. This guy starts burning force points, destiny points to pick the table up and throw it at the assassin, ending that combat quite quickly. But gentlemen, we're not done. Part of the party's missing. Our leader, Rahal Oberys, a sleazy former separatist noble.
But well-paying,
because he pays Merrick to protect his butt. But where are you now? They're separated. They're back at Darga's palace with Poser Sham, if that is his real name, a rocker of a conehead Syrian, Jedi, undercover. Not even his own real party knows that he's been melting brains and taking names through combats. Modified a vibro axe into an actual crummy instrument. We don't know if he's any good because he just rocks it so hard with good riffs, and they're so. Do you guys notice Poser only plays during combat when you guys are too busy to notice if he's any good at actually being a musician?
Bro, we've seen him play on stage before.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I played on stage. I also played during the droid race.
Please don't interrupt my monologue and correct me. Okay, so moving on. Moving on. No, that's true. That's true. He has proven his chops. Not to mention, I'm pulling some awesome music from Evan King, from Kevin MacLeod, from Roy Bugden, from all
Jeff Knight.
All the freebie guys that we love to support. Tim R. from Tabletop Audio to make an actual soundtrack. So it's not just a raw amateur podcast. You actually get some decent tunage going. So on that note, left in Darga's palace, these two are contacted in the middle of the night by a servant of Darga who claims you must come this way. After Darga's own, I wouldn't say maitre d' or maitre domo, because that's Ignan Voss, one of the Nemodians, but his translating droid, a rattling, falling apart protocol droid, pulls out his vocabulator, the sort of lit up harmonica mouthpiece, and puts in yet another one. He has 3, but don't get me into it. And smoothly asks him that he's working for a former droid crime lord that they met on that broken down station in the first book that goes by the name of Switch. Gives them an encrypted message and hopes that they can decrypt it in exchange for some information that will now flow through a guy who's right under Darga's nose. So they are making progress. They're making contacts. They're pissing people off. They're taking names. They're kind of impressing Darga. So why this meeting in the middle of the night? Why are there assassins on their ship? We got halfway through a fight, and those guys might be being led into an ambush. So what a great time here in the Star Wars universe, with who knows what movies coming out next to piss people off or embrace the joy, because personally I don't think there's any bad Star Wars. It's Star Wars! Suck it up.
I agree.
It's awesome. Everyone has their personal taste in Star Wars. I get it. But come on, guys, Star Wars. I feel some love. We are playing an older system, what they call a dead system. Saga, 15 books. We're playing it because of the story. We love the Star Wars story, and that's why we're running Dawn of Defiance instead of competing.
I don't mind the system.
Yeah, it goes with
Even though it's horribly broken. I don't mind it.
Kept you alive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it either.
Yeah, kept you alive. So we go now.
Says the Force user.
We go now into round 3, which makes me actually change the map here, as you can see, and I'm switching over to what looks like an enclosed space with trees and a field. Thanks to Dicewise executive producer Cheryl Ball, who actually used her purchase program Dungeon Genie to colorize a black and white map and sort of set it up for these guys to run around and have their encounter. It's an encounter, possibly harmless. So putting you guys right here at the front door. That's strange. You're not appearing at the front door.
Nope.
Usually.
Did you check the back door?
Not getting into that. Not getting into that. Oh, you know what? I'm wondering. Nope, that's on the map layer. Okay. Object. Poser Sham comes out. There he is. Can you see the map now? Is it lit for you?
Oh, it's lit for me.
It was already lit.
Okay, good.
But
So, this is mid-combat as far as time is concerned. For you guys, you've just sort of entered into a moment in time where all this is going on your ship, and nobody has called you on the comms as far as you know. They're probably screaming into them, but maybe you guys are being jammed. Don't you hate it when they give you the raspberry?
Excellent.
Thank you. That's dad reference. Okay, so getting back to the scene at hand, I'm going to pull up the adventure. Shadows flicker across the floor of an aviary as the swaying trees within a small block radius area actually filter out most of the moonlight shining down through an arched, crystalline windowed ceiling. The occasional flutter of wings or gust of air can be heard faintly as a bird takes flight or lands on a nearby branch. A soft rustle of leaves provides a thin background noise, making the sounds of your footsteps as you pass down the dimly lit winding path, flanked on either side by trunks of large trees. The servant leads you to the door and explains, no, he wants to meet you privately. I can't go in, but I will be here. And he lets you in and closes the door behind you. The intro assumes that you guys are like moving in, but these are your surroundings. Can I have perception checks, gentlemen?
Certainly.
Oh, fine. 14.
18.
That's odd.
That's even.
No, I was... Had Audacity was up and running, and I'm like, trying to close it, and it just pops up on the screen. It's like, whoopsie. Like you said, much to learn about the actual live aspect of video and streaming, but we hope you bear with us and are at least moderately entertained. 14 and an 18. 14 perception poser. Would you like to burn a force point to get to that nice static 15 of things go well for a character, or...
You're a banther, Jeff, so no.
No?
I'm not using any more force points.
You know, speaking of force points, you guys get like 5 plus half your level every time you level. So you guys would be starting with like 6 right now.
Yep.
What are you currently at? Because we've been burning through them. I've been asking politely if you want to modify your rolls as we've been going along through the second season. What are you currently at? I mean, you left.
Well, you gave us 4th level very recently, so I'm still at 6.
Okay, can you come in a bit? Get a lot of echo from you.
Yeah, sure. So since we just leveled up fairly recently, I'm at 6 force points.
Okay.
And I am in the same boat.
So you guys leveled, and we got you to 4th?
Yep.
So 5.5 level, you guys should actually have 7.
7, yes, You're right.
Okay, and there's been no mooching and gooching from me. You guys have not got your... No? Okay.
No, I haven't spent any,
Right.
but I haven't been in a position to, really. I haven't needed to. I've just been standing back watching everybody do all the dirty work, which is fairly appropriate.
So either I did my math wrong, which is very odd due to my degree,
I thought...
or I've already spent one.
I think
I'm
you
not
spent
sure.
some during the
You
droid
spent
race.
one.
The droid race.
You spent one.
Okay, then yes.
Okay.
Then I'm at 6, but I did my math right.
Okay. Don't make me go on your
It'll
character
look-
sheet and constantly track them, because like, you're supposed to be tracking this stuff.
I'm usually good about it, Jeff, but it's been a while.
Now, you're like the one character that has this big 7.5, don't get me started, of a dark side point pending. And these guys had dark side point pendings, and they've racked up a couple.
I don't have dark side points pending.
Oh, you
I
do?
just have 3 dark
That's
side.
right. I was going to say, the audience was asking me about this, and it was like, doesn't he have one more? It's like, oh, that's right,
I do.
You
I have
do.
3. But I mean, I got a long way to go.
Yeah. And
before I hit 12.
Merrick, we're at 2.
You take my character away from me.
Yeah. Well, we are playing the Rebellion era, and this specifically asks that you guys don't play either side, dark side, whatever. There is that fear of when you get to your wisdom score, not the modifier, but the whole score. So you have 11 wisdom, you have 11 chances to be naughty. Not only do you can't use the system rules that this adventure asks you to redeem these points, they're permanent. It's getting like Werewolf Town. It is yoink, thank you. You have a change of a lifestyle, or perhaps, just play you right into the ground.
If you can't beat him, join him.
But it does give you that guy, that extra edge, that extra special. Maybe we shouldn't be assholes. Maybe we should just, let's not late.
And it's a doubly incentive for me, because as soon as I gain 1 dark side point, I can't use like half of my force powers.
That's right. Your vital healing.
Because they're light side.
Yep. So with a shadow looming, at least a 75% shadow looming over Poser, if that is your real name.
For now it is.
We'll have to see. I think a lot of things are going to be revealed in this encounter where you two guys are side by side alone in the moonlight with a lovely winding path. Are you holding hands? Never mind. No. Actually, an apology was made. I mean, the reason you were at Poser's room was because during that gladiator battle I mentioned earlier, and Poser was there, Darga stopped the fight with 3 Gomorian piggy blades about to come down, and he says, just say I win. Just say I win, and I'll stop the fight, and you can just lose the wager to me. And Rahal picked the money over his companion.
Sure did.
And then Dr. Left probably gave him trouble. And it was
sure did.
And old man Zinn doesn't like to see mom and dad slapping each other at a kitchen table in front of the kids, So I believe he tried to make amends. And Poser hardly had time to process this betrayal confessed to him when the servant came down. So now there's this, I would like to think, an ominous, uncomfortable silence between the two of you. And now you enter the happy atrium, birdies flittering, moonlight. It's almost a romantical setting. With your perception of 14, it's still enough for you to notice that there is sort of a ledge that runs around practically all the way around, like a balcony, rather high up off the ground, Poser. And Rahal, you notice once you guys, if I may be so bold, kind of take the proverbial step into the room.
Yep.
The audible beep that a blast door, like a Star Wars door, makes when somebody is engaging it, but it's not opening behind you. It closes. It closes it, and then your panel on the side to open it goes from happy green, blue lit, accessible to red, locked out.
Well, this doesn't bode well.
Round.
All right, immediately I'm going to ping with the force.
Okay.
So
reaching out with the force.
Yes.
Roll it. Use the force check.
Yes. To sense my surroundings.
Oh, okay. So you're not sensing for force users. You're sensing. You're allowed to use your force perception skill. Sorry, use the force skill instead of perception to reveal hidden objects. Getting all Splinter Cell and doing that sonar ping kind of thing, right? Going, I see.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So as a swift action, make DC 15 use a force check.
Mm-hmm.
To ignore effects of cover and concealment when making perception checks to detect or observe targets.
Dude.
Increase the DC by 5. This ability is used against targets with total cover. I got to use 32. So
isn't that juicy? Isn't that nice?
Dude!
I like it. I like it a lot.
18 on the die plus a 14 modifier, so.
You use the force as good as I can lie.
Hey, that's what I do.
What? As good as you can lie.
And I could sell a bantha to a bantha herder.
And you could sell a bantha to a bantha.
I feel like that'd be pretty easy. Because bantha herders want bantha.
No, they want to sell their banthas.
Well, fresh woolly mammoth meat does go pretty well in the market, I guess.
Okay. I could sell sand to the sand people.
See, that's not as good as you can go. It's being able to sell sand to Anakin Skywalker. Because, he hates it. It's coarse. It gets everywhere.
Getting back to...
All right, yeah, sorry.
Let's keep coming.
Attention.
Matt actually killed his video. He doesn't want to be part of that joke.
No, actually, my camera just crapped out on me.
Okay. So use the force of 32. Now, this is still a line of sight range, or what was the range on it?
Nope. There isn't a range on it. It is... it's just to detect or observe targets, ignoring effects of cover and concealment. Even if they have total cover, I beat the DC 20. So it's... I don't know how far we want to make the range. I mean,
I would say just inside a room or just beyond a wall. You know, like the proverbial thermal signature going, there's somebody just outside that door. You know, that kind of, sure.
Yeah. Like it.
Otherwise, there's the old 6 and 12 square kind of thing. But no, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we could treat it like detect magic, where it's like a certain amount of like sheet metal or like wood you can't really get past.
Well, if you can detect force user a mile away, well, I guess they are kind of like glow in the dark. Anyway, no, I'm fine with this. So you sense that there are living creatures in the room.
Okay.
You sense a presence, something you've not felt since that street bike gang attacked you, but it's faint. More prominent in the room, you sense 4 medium-sized creatures. They are all up in the trees, scattered around the room.
Okay.
Concealed in the upper trees.
Which trees?
One over here with this ping. One over here with this ping. One over here with this ping. And one over here with this ping. 2 to your leftish, and 1 to your rightish. Why are you marking up my map? That's not only you sense this.
Yeah, exactly. I sense this, but I need to remember them because I don't have good memory, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Well, we could move. We might move, but okay. Last position known.
Last position.
Last position sent. You know, so shoot a tree. Who knows where we are? All right, poser. Round 3. You come in. All this goes down. You get a bad feeling about this. You reach out with the force. It's lovely that we're trying to do a video, guys, and you've all killed your cameras.
It's not my fault. My camera killed on me.
Oh, okay. So poser sensing, taking a moment. So that's an action, yeah?
It's a swift action.
Okay. So what do you want to do, poser? It's your turn.
So I will quietly whisper over to Rahal. We got 4 tangos here. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, up in the trees. This is an ambush. And at that point, I will draw my blaster, and I will take a shot at the dude in the leftmost tree.
Okay.
So, southwest.
Sure. Shoot away.
Come on, big bunny.
16 to hit.
Okay. This is for us, or the proverbial them, flitting around. Even if we're expecting you, there is that technical first round, surprise round. You know what I mean? If we're waiting on you, then it's kind of like, get them. But these creatures are just doing their thing, you know? Just there. Yeah. I mean, this could be our home. This could be our cage. And you see us in a tree, just minding our own business, and you pull out your gun and shoot at us, you dark bastard. That sounds like a dark side point to me. I mean,
I'm sorry, Jeff. Don't give me that BS.
Come on. They haven't attacked. I mean, there's some feelings. Oh, that's right. The biker swoop gang feeling that I just dropped on you, turning this to a...
Yeah.
Fine. So nice to warn you.
I love the Sith hum.
Oh, you like that? I just don't have the music ready to cue, so... All right.
It was good.
Thank you. Getting out I got a new arrangement here with a new table, and I seem to have misplaced my... there we go. Wonderful thing about an erase board is you can just jot down some hit points, and they can go away, because, 9 points of damage, right?
And with that, I will use my move action and move behind this tree, taking cover.
Okay. So you sense, you speak, you shoot, and you move to cover.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Now, just to try and keep everyone engaged here, Merrick, flipping back to the ship, as in classic Star Wars style of getting back to the, to the who and whatnot. Merrick, you still with us?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Throwing the table, a little bit of after results, coming over. Leth assures you he's fine, but he basically gets up and goes over to his computer, and is telling.
I have one question.
Sure.
Can I do cool kickflip to put gun back in hand?
Before you come over? Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I do such things.
So you run back, get your gun, get Sasha, as you named your rifle.
I did.
Okay. He goes over and immediately starts trying to get checking his computer and whatnot, wondering if that blowout, that surge that lit the rooms, ruined his precious data, and is just snarky about it. No, you go see to that. I'm just going to say that precious research.
I'm assuming in like a hospital gown, or I don't have like.
Oh, you got your pants on. They just basically kind of ripped your shirt to the chest area, cut up some sleeves, maybe cut a bit of a pant leg. So they took your boots off. You look like the Hulk, right?
Oh,
you got your pants on, you're barefoot. Your stuff's lying in a heap though. But...
I gave the 51%. It is my fault.
Okay.
Okay. I want to grab my communicator.
Okay. Yep.
And I want to go over the path. Now I want to, and I just want to do a general broadcast out to see who can respond.
Okay.
And Ral, anybody who is near.
You get static. Like when you turn it on, the feedback is there, and you quickly kind of fine tune whatever open channel you have, just so it's not blaring at you. And you try to broadcast, and as soon as you release, it's just static. Like there's an actual ambient hum, like a feedback loop coming right through your comm.
Askaleth, stay here. I will take care of this.
Okay. Retrieving your toys, taking a moment. We're going to say that's your round, just because time is precious.
Yep.
Okay.
Re-gearing.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, you grab your communicator and your gun.
Yep.
No armor, sorry.
I don't use it in the first place, so it works out.
Zin. Old man Zin. Paging Zin.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello.
And Haas is in the room.
Alrighty.
You guys I believe you were one of you guys had sort of like, I think Zin was checking out the body and Haas had kind of like gone to the door.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So I will continue to search the body. Really what I'm looking for is any kind of data sticks, things like that. Anything that would give me an idea as to why they're here. Because as far as I'm concerned, I think maybe the hut turned on us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, sore loser.
Okay. So you take your round, you're searching the body. Can I have a perception check, and I will move forward in time?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now I'm using an old tab here. Zeta being, we'll say, the Corins, and RX being somebody else that's on hand. So now it's if there are any Corins left, one is bleeding out in front of you, one is smashed in the med bay. If there are any other lurking about, they are doing their thing now. But unfortunately, if they are present, they are not perceived by anyone on the ship at this time.
Okay.
However, next we have a combatant, which I'm going to place right here, that is guarding the walkway on and the ramp up to the cockpit, so you guys can't take off and get controls and vent places and whatever. Okay. Haas.
Yes.
Not your go. But the last time around, we had the proverbial, like you kind of peek around.
Okay.
And sure enough, you see standing in the dark, because I believe you have the cyber eye, you have some kind of dark vision going on with your guy?
No, it's just an enhancement for targeting.
Oh, okay, so you need light.
Yeah.
Do you have the pack flares in your gear? Have you got... There's also possibly you could search the room for something like that, to like a emergency flare or something, like emergency lighting, something portable.
Yeah, look for the Zippo? No, I don't have one.
No,
sorry.
Okay. Do you want to search the room for one?
Sure.
Or do you want to just creep out into the dark going, well, they can't see me, I can't see them, hopefully, that kind of thing?
No.
Okay. I'll give you this. Since it's my go and I do something, you hear a strange, low, but intelligent growl of displeasure coming from down the hallway. Sort of a...
Fair enough.
And I do my... It's... You only get twice. I'm doing it the third time. Dr. Leth is banging away on his keys. Merrick is absorbed in doing what I believe he'd be doing. Next we have, or should say last, we have Rahal. So I've never actually had to do a double combat. This is kind of neat. Splitting the party is fun. You know what though? I'm gonna just take players just so you guys can see this. I realize that by putting everybody on whatever map, like you have no idea what we're seeing. So I'm gonna start shifting the party flag around so that everybody can
see what's going on.
Yeah. It is neat that I can separate the players. Anyway, everyone can see the atrium now.
Yep.
Awesome. So Rahal.
Yes.
Poser warns you of imposing something. You kind of, someone did lock the door behind us, whatever. He doesn't give you the stage line bad feeling or whatever. Mumbles something about little boys in sand and selling them some, and takes a shot into the trees, and you hear a do you mind? And he runs over to a tree on the left. We're standing in a thing. It's like 3, 4, 5, 6, about 12 12 to 15 squares deep, and at least that wide. It's pretty much rectangular, though the back wall does cut off. The angles are cut off on a 45, pretty heavy. The back wall's a little bit more rounded. And you are aware that there is sort of a catwalk fairly high off the ground. Can I have... And there's moonlight, but it's really kind of blocked out by the trees or whatever, but there is a sort of an ambulance squint in the forest party, field party kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can kind of see to move around. If you move cautiously, you're not going to fall over anything, but good luck trying to see stuff. But you do hear, besides the... and
Poor thing.
I know, eh? Jeez, well, shit, I'm telling you.
I will follow the cue. I'll move to cover and draw my weapon on route.
Okay. Moves to cover, draws weapon. Star Wars Saga 101, as we learned earlier on in the season. It's like, yeah. But I gotta say, Poser's owning this. Like, he just casually senses, swifts, acts, talks to you, takes the shot, and saunters to the tree, unscathed, because that's what you get to do when you have, like, the beginning of the initiative with a 28. With style. But it's in the dark, so not even you see it. But anyway, Rahal.
Yes.
No one's there to see
Move
it.
the tree.
Okay.
Drawing weapon.
Yep.
Do I see target?
Okay. Can I have perception? We've been bouncing around 3 different systems. Pathfinder 1, Pathfinder 2E, and now back to this. It's like, perceptions are free, I believe. You don't have to, like, call it out. 15. You hear movement in an adjacent trees over here. Like, there's something shifting around that's kind of bulky in this area.
I'll shoot blind.
Jeez. Okay.
Damn straight.
All right. 2 trees. Give me odd or even.
Even.
Okay. Your perception with a 15 does let you go. It's like up in the tree. Something bulky should be about
10.
Okay. So yeah, nail the side of the tree. Close. So close. Round 4. Poser, you're up. Merrick, you're on deck. But before I get to round 4, sorry, I do have some bad guys. So there's the reactionary ouch from something, and then it reveals itself. This thing jumps out of the tree, Poser, and flies at you, like flies overhead and lands on the tree, like your tree.
Oh.
This large black bird has a smooth, sloping head and reflective eyes. Its black feathered body looming large in the darkness. Razor-sharp talons cap the end of its claws, and the creature's massive wingspan makes it seem nearly the size of a small human. And it comes, it looks like it's coming at the tree, and then it folds its wings and just comes right down on you.
Okay.
Whoosh. A swoop. Moves in the same round it attacks. It gains a bonus to damage. So basically, I'm doing the dive bomb. Falcon dive, whoosh.
Is there a knowledge roll to know what this is?
Sure, galactic lore. A bit of a penalty in the dark, but I guess you've kind of perceived things with the Force, so you're good, as if it was on par.
18.
This might be a Kreehawk from the Nemodian world.
Okay.
Think of it like a really smart dog, or having a pet tiger with wings. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a
pet tiger with wings.
It's you have like a guard dog, but it's domesticated. Then you have like a wolf, it's a bit of a predator. Then you have like a predatory cat or predatory bird with a much sharper killer instinct, like a trained falcon. Only it's as big as you. And with the bigger bird brain comes, a little bit more intelligence than your regular hooded falcon kind of thing. Native to Nemodian, and could be trained to attack for sport, that kind of thing. Anyway, what you do know is you are fighting a beast, not a person. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, you shot first, you're in its home, they are territorial, and they will probably rip you to pieces until you leave or you're dead. And somebody locked you in a room with them. So it's like you basically got locked in a room with a tiger and it's hungry. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, but this is how you need to think. It's like, this thing is smarter than the average bear, but it's not like you can go, I'm sorry, I shot you.
Yeah, it ain't going to be taking us out to a picnic anytime soon.
Yeah, and it's not going to get chatty with you.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so getting back to my swoop attack. Swoop. Talons coming in. Pulling up my Star Wars dice. 3 plus 5, 8. So this thing, it goes over, and then there's that last second the branches rustle, almost like a breaking from high up to lower as it dives on you, kind of like jumps back out. You're like, dodge. And that's me. But there's more of them. These things start flying around. 2 take flight in the air to try and get bearings, and the one that basically shot at the tree, you did hit the right tree, just you didn't hit me. does the same thing. Flies wide in an arc over the balcony, comes behind Rahal, and gives him the old swoop dive, talon rake, natural 20. Ooh. Which I believe is automatic double damage.
Yep.
Free crit. Now, I'm a talon creature. It's a d4. I'm a medium-sized talon creature with strength. It's a d4 plus 4. Using my special swoop attack, I add an additional 2d4 bonus. So now I went from 3d4 plus 4 to 6d4 plus...
Wait, would that swoop damage be somewhat similar to like sneak attack damage where you don't multiply it?
It says whenever an Emodian Kreehawk moves in the same round that it attacks, it gains a plus 2d4 bonus to damage.
Okay.
It's just a flat.
But we double it though. We don't roll extra dice. We just double it. I remember that. Right. I remember the start. So anyway, I'm going to roll these on screen because I don't want to hear the boohooing that I can't tell me.
You get that points ready there, right, Aiden?
What?
You get the points to save your life, right?
It's on Rahal, not me. I think.
11 points. 22 points, Rahal. Comes
nothing. I'm good.
Rippity rip. Yeah, you're 4th level. You're fine.
It's nothing. It's only 2/3 of my health. That hit my threshold, though.
Oh. So now you got to make the fort? Oh, no, you come down a condition on the track.
I come down one step on the condition.
So now
track.
you're -1 to everything.
Yeah.
Just a flesh wound.
Yep. Yeah. Please note. And the other two are circling, looking for opportunity. That's the end of round 3. Beginning of round 4. Poser, you are up. Merrick, you're on deck.
All right. So is there one
horrible yelp from Rahal?
My suit.
Not the denim.
Yeah, put nice talons pinstripes in your suit.
So Jeff, is there one right next to me, or did he retreat afterwards?
I don't think there's like a flyby. I have got dodge, mobility, and running attack as feats. Does running attack count as like a flyby? Like, is this a move in? And because I've got, just having a quickly look here. I think he's still close. Like, I had to pretty much get to you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I have an 8 square fly speed, right? And there's no diagonal in this game. So if I'm in this tree here, and then you're, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm above you. I come down to a 6. I'm kind of flying away, like I'm swooping out. So I'm within 2 squares. So you could move up and strike, or you could just shoot him.
Okay, so I wouldn't provoke if I took a range shot.
No, I'm kind of doing the fly. That's to my advantage. So
okay, got it.
I don't think pistols provoke, anyways.
I don't think so either, but I'd rather
I think pistols do not provoke attacks of opportunity. Rifles do.
Okay.
You are correct, sir.
All right. Then
Joe, could you look up those feats for me so I become the better component? We've been spending so much time in Pathfinder. How long has it been in Star Wars? All right.
I am going to, instead of aiming at the one that just flew by me, I'm going to aim at the one attacking Rahal and take a shot.
Attacking Rahal.
The one that is attacking Rahal.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Sorry, no.
Because I take penalties using all weapons.
Ow.
There's not much I can do here.
Yep. Oh, there's lots you can do. There's lots you can do, but you have to reveal yourself, Pull out your master's crystal out of your guitar and chuck it at them.
I have no clue what you're talking about, Jeff.
Sorry. I'm trying to get an audience caught up. People are like, where's his lightsaber? Well, funny thing happened on the way to season 1. Poser, what do you got? He's measuring.
Right, so
he's shooting. He's 8.
I got an 8.
Yep.
I missed.
And?
Hard.
And?
And?
You're going to move your VU, or are you going to...
I'm going to use a swift action.
Okay.
And give out a loud yell.
Oh, dear.
And use a force point as well on this. But first I'll do a use the force check. Okay, so I got a 32.
Okay. And you want to do what?
I'm burning a force point as well on Inspire, which is I can spend a force point to grant each target 2d6 bonus hit points when the power is first activated.
Okay, but didn't you just shoot? That's your action?
Yes, but Inspire is a swift action. Force power to use.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
I saw the use of force roll and I forgot. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So he also has since I got a 32 on my use of force check, he also has a plus 10 to his will defense against mind affecting and fear affecting effects until the end of my next.
Okay. So what do you say? Did you just like use the force to silently inspire him with balls, or do you say something as like a bardic?
Just these stupid birds.
Would you like to share possibly some of your galactic lore? Because like Matt can't meta, like you know what these things are. You might want to do some sharing. Sharing is caring. Like, he doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yes, I instead of Bird, I will use the name, which I, as a player, have already forgotten.
Kreehawk.
Oh, these freaking Kreehawks.
Kreehawk. Is that Looney Tunes with little tiny chicken hawk? I'm a chicken hawk. You know, little dude. And Longhorn was always like pulling the wool over his eyes.
I say, boy, you got to keep your eye on the ball. Your eye, get it? Eyeball. I made a joke.
All right, so we each have
the poser apparently is ignoring. Sorry. Where'd you go? Sorry, poser.
Supposed to laugh, son.
Supposed to laugh. It's funny.
We both get 7 temporary hit points.
Oh, cool.
Take them. I will take them.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Nicely done.
That's my mate.
So,
right.
so you inspire. You give a huge bonus to will defense for how long?
Until the end of my next turn, or I can maintain inspire from round to round, similar to bardic performance.
Okay.
It's a swift action, and I must make a new use of force check. If I take damage, I have to succeed.
Okay. And you're done?
Yep, that's all I can do.
Let's all head back to Merrick. Meanwhile, back on the ship, you get that transition.
Let's go back to the Merrick.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Merrick.
Clothing montage later.
Oh, that would be like the end of the battle.
The Rambo scene.
The combat's going to be done, then. Come on, we're in seconds round. What do you do?
It's so epic.
You have your gun. You have your comm. It's staticky. What do you do? Time's of the essence. Who knows if your friends are safe? How about a knowledge tactics? I'm actually going to ask Ryan for a knowledge tactics roll. Yeah.
No.
He tries to use this knowledge for everything. I want a knowledge tactics roll.
I have one. I have one knowledge.
Yeah. and it finally comes into play. Let's go. You're not a cavalier.
You've caught me off guard. Wait a minute.
No,
What is this?
Seriously? Oh, a knowledge tactics?
In knowledge tactics, I will. Here we go. It has been sent to the gods. Ooh.
What'd you get?
I got a 24 knowledge tactics.
24. This is not an isolated incident. One screwball sneaks into the lab and tries to steal corporate espionage, less stuff that you think might be valuable. He says it is. Takes a shot at you. Is this that type of thing? No. If they're jamming comms, then these guys are either a distraction so they can get what they want, or this is a straight out assassination attempt. The Quarren, quote unquote, assassinate your feet, tips you off to that as well. But if they're still jamming, he's not the only one, and you've got to find the jamming source to stop the comms so you can at least alert everybody. And there may be multiple. This might be a multiple takedown. You know what I'm saying? Like Quarrens do. Can I have a galactic lore?
Yeah. I will attempt one. The results may vary. Do I think that their jamming would actually jam the hardwired comm system on the ship?
No, you could use an intercom.
Okay. Galactic lore, you said?
But apparently there's been some kind of blowout failure. Like I said, all the lights came on, and Leth is bitching, trying to restore power. Like there's something gone, like malfunction as in poof on the ship. Massive wide circle breaker, you know. Galactic lore
14.
Yeah, these buggers, like, they're stealthy and one man could go for one target. But if there's a crew on a ship and they know it, they will send more than one guy. It's probably multiple bogeys. And if you can't reach your comrades, you have no idea what's wrong. And that is the end of the tactical knowledge I'm willing to impart.
Yeah, fair. Ask Leth, try to hail their comrades. Let them know that we have destroyed one of the opposition. I will go and find more.
I have to restore power first. He sneers at you, and he's actually on one knee, digging under the table, and he's trying to check breakers or whatever. Something's blowing out the power, and he's digging around. Maybe he's got a battery or something he can, you know what I mean? But
you are a good doctor. I have faith.
Okay.
And I wish to move.
Okay, go ahead.
Outside. So it's diagonals.
No diagonals. No diagonals.
Okay. So.
Oh wait a minute! Did we actually find some? No, I think there are diagonal movement in Star Wars. Doug pulled that up on me. He showed me the literature for it.
It would only gain me one extra. So.
Okay.
Until reserved, I'll stick with where I am. It only moved me one square further.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we looked into it. It was cardinal directions only.
Yeah. So I have made my move. I've done my free by talking with the good doctor.
You want to do a double move or?
Well, I see nothing in my immediate vicinity.
Perception?
Yeah.
I don't think we count doors on your own ship as movement. If it was a foreign door that you don't know, it might cost you movement. But since this is your ship now, you just kind of like slide through.
Mm-hmm. Fair. 20, not natural, for perception.
Okay. You sense, you just get a feeling that there might be someone on the other side of the actual engine. You know what I mean? You hear... You ever have a dish settle in a kitchen or something? It's like, it's a noise of machinery or whatever, but it could be a cat. It could be, you know what I mean? There's just that kind of rattle or something. Like maybe somebody's pulled that chair back or brushed it or whatever, but it's like, And
the number 23, that like the big thing in between us here, that is like solid from floor to ceiling?
Yeah,
that's the reactor.
That's like the main reactor engine stuff.
Okay, I wish to pile up on this
corner. Yep.
You see where?
Yep. Head south and peek around.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that, I assume, is the abundance of my actions I am allowed.
Yes, but I will tell you that in the dark, do you have any special vision?
No, I do not.
Okay. With sort of a power wide down, okay? There is, however, it's not like the reactor's blown out. The reactor seems to have power. It's still, in its lukewarm thrum or, whatever was going on. Like, we were powered down for the night, but it has indicating lights on it that it is willing to give power. So there wasn't a reactor malfunction. Something's going on with the ship's circuits, or something blew out, like a bypass. You know what I'm saying? Like that big light going, something surged, and it wasn't the reactor.
Okay.
Or somebody made the reactor surge, and the wiring couldn't handle it, and the reactor's fine, but the wiring all through the ship like blew out lights in the whole bit, and it's like, Anyway, two things. The reactor shouldn't be on, and it is. And second, it's enough ambient light from glowing stuff that if you hug here and peek around, if there's somebody like right there within these line of sight squares, you should be able to get a sense for them, and you do not.
Okay.
So I'm not saying 15 is clear, but 16, 18, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Cool.
Zin and Haas. Zin wanted to pat down the guy, and that's, Frank, I'm going to say that's going to take a couple of rounds. You're searching for answers, so we'll skip to Haas.
Okay, fair enough then. I will take a knee.
Okay. I think I actually owe you a turn, too.
That's all right.
You waited to see if Frank found anything? Come on, man.
No, that's all good. No, I will just take a knee, then pull out my weapon.
Okay.
And peer out the door.
Okay.
Down.
Now, you heard something a couple squares away, and hopefully it can't see you. But if it can, do you have anything you could give it? Do you have any,
Yeah.
So instead of like the periscope of peeking around the corner, he just extends his hand and gives it the finger in the dark.
Wait,
see if he
can you get a perception check for the opposition?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I'll just take a quick little peek. What do I see?
Okay.
Besides darkness.
Do you have any accelerated or enhanced senses being a cyborg?
No.
Like you have optical targeting, which gives you HUD display, and that's neat, but you don't have any enhanced hearing, you don't have any enhanced smell, you don't have any... Nope. Okay.
Nope, just other storage areas.
You see the darkness.
Yeah, I knew this was coming from Matt. Do you want to mute up Matt as well as keep the video? I swear, dude. Every time. No matter what game we're playing.
I'm sorry, but it was one of the best little hidden videos in any video game I've ever played.
It's true.
It's classic. It is
true. All right. Anyway, if the peanut gallery's done, you do see pretty much nothing but darkness. Now I got that video playing in my head.
I know, it's so good.
Anyway, you peek around the corner. You have your proverbial full color of +10 that this affords. There is auxiliary lighting comes on in an emergency. Like I don't think they would be blown out because of the actual there's the main lighting coming on. Okay. So it should be on, but it's not. Like something surged practically a large portion of the ship, and it seemed to be geared to lighting because you can see the ladder that goes up into the cockpit, and the very top of the ladder is lit by panels and things. There's a tiny bit of ambient light spilling out, and at the bottom of the ladder, peering around, you can't tell quite what it is, but it is large. It's taller than a man. Okay. All right. has a lot of concealment, and
Yep, I'll take a shot.
Sure.
Hope it isn't Merrick.
No, I love how he didn't wait for the. I'm glad he didn't even wait for the description. He just peers around and there's something there, and shoot.
I'm trying to. They won't let me roll. I haven't used.
Oh, check behind your character sheet. There may be a dialogue screen that comes up that asks you to do confirmation. Modifiers.
Free mod. Yeah.
All right, 18.
Oh, what do we got here? Make me look up. Ooh, okay. So anyway, you shoot, and like I said, at the last second, this thing sort of shifts and just kind of lurches forward, and it's so close, and it sparks right off the ladder, and you just kind of hear a large form kind of glomp away, headed this way, like around the corner towards the loading ramp. You just missed, so close. Would you like to burn a force point?
Do it. Do it. Sure, why not? I only have a few. Why not?
D6.
Yeah, I'm just.
You only need to save one.
It's been a while since I've used this system, so
Okay.
trying to remember where everything is.
Yep. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Just give me 1 second.
4.
4.
18 and 4
22.
is 22. my defense is really high, but a 22 does hit it, so it still hits that.
Awesome.
It still hits that rung, right? But it got the back of his shoulders and head, and there's that burnt singed fur smell suddenly permeates the air, and you kind of hear like a grunting. 14 points of damage. Oh, I don't like you. You have my full attention now.
Take that!
You have my full attention now. And now it's the bad guy's turn.
Oops.
Merrick.
Yes.
Hugging the other side, like you, waiting for its moment, and it's go. And it suddenly just sort of, like an arm comes flying out your way, and something comes skittering across the floor, kind of hits the back wall here, and it goes bloop, bloop on the floor. And something metallic.
This way comes.
This way comes. Bounces off a wall. There's like a ping and clutters on the floor fairly close to you. Not close enough that you can see it clearly from the ambient light, but close enough that you could hear it. And that's it. And now it's Mr. Grumbly's turn. And Mr. Grumbly basically, lurches forward, gets hit. A big weapon comes up, and basically he just, there's that shot, lurch forward, and then surprise, he just immediately leans back out as if you were, hoping that you would shoot, see him move, and then follow up. He's on the run kind of thing. There's that moment in time, and then just two arms kind of hold the bowcaster out with straight along the wall at you. And yes, I did say bowcaster. And yes, I did say burnt fur. So you know what that means.
It's going to die.
They hired chihuahuas to attack us.
Yes.
It's edible.
Fearsome. What? No.
Fearsome and edible chihuahuas.
Shoot. 15.
How much cover do you have?
That's true. I just shot in aim. He just steps back out and goes. Yeah, so add 10 to your reflex.
You miss. You hit the wall.
Okay. So, yeah. Keeping you from coming after me, But yeah, the big elongated, bowcaster bolt goes down the hall. King. Yes, I see you.
No, Joe, you gotta flavor it better. You said, no, you miss, and you shoot your mother.
Anyway, Dr. Leth. Yeah, I think this should at least add a little bit of floor lighting, some auxiliary power, and whoop, tiny little, dotted strip lights, a light at your feet, Haas, kind of bleeding towards the room so someone could enter the room and not fall over the bunks. One or two along the back wall under the cockpit, very small auxiliary lighting, struggling to come on, kind of lighting floors. But now we can see dimensions of hall, shadows, we go from what the hell's going on to everybody has concealment. And the fight continues, and we will see you... No, Rahal. Why end it here when we can end the round? Rahal, it's your go.
Yes. I'm not dead.
Meanwhile, back in the Aviary.
Okay, so now I can clearly see this creature that has attacked me.
Did a swoop in the night. There's a big shadowy feathery form. Some glistering. He says Kreehawk in your knowledge galactic, please.
Oh, good call.
Well, that way, kind of your brain fills in what it thinks it should see.
What do I know?
What do you know about Kreehawks?
Nothing.
Harmless creatures, vegetarians, but easily riled up by gunfire. You evil pricks. 6. No such thing as a Kreehawk.
Yep.
It's a guy in a bird suit. It's a guy in a bird suit with hand-to-hand Nemoidian talon fighting. Poses.
It's Condor Man.
I love it. That screams out into the night, poser. Oh, it's Condor Man. What do you do, Condor Man? I mean,
I will take aim on the shadowy, feathery form and fire.
Okay. Yep. I have concealment because of the darkness, but I'm like 2 squares away, so it's not. Pick a square, right?
Come on, big money.
Oh no!
Oh my God, natural 1.
There's no anti-crit in this. It's just
no.
But no amount of force points with that natural 1 will save you.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Yep.
The dice are not kind to me.
All right.
This evening.
Our turn. 2 are flying away from your position and arc around, and they start calling to their brethren. He's here! He's here! Caw-caw! Condor Man, attack! And then two swoop in. 2 swoop in. And we've got a ratty 12 for poser, and another 7 is 12. So they come at you guys, and you hear them coming. Woof, 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 woof. And the initial surprise attack of sweeping over and dropping, you guys are kind of quickly realizing how these things move. And even though these guys come in low and use the path, the trail, and then bank, as sort of the flying aviation formation, and swipe at you guys, you manage to hug the tree and just kind of move around the bark enough to a tree gets scathed instead of yourself. And
perfect. We
will see you next time to start round 5 on We Shot First. So good night, everybody.
Pew pew. Good night, everybody.
Good.
Dog.
Yeah.
It's Condor Man.